somebody that's fought on Misfits and Wade. In a real way, Wade,
Hey!
I'm coming for you.
Oh,
You
yeah?
know?
Interesting. Is that the fact that you want to
Okay.
maybe do?
Chad, he's coming for me. Hey, yo. But, okay. All right, there's the official call out. One more time for one time's sake.
Will throw out there is somebody that's fought on Misfits and Wade. In a real way, Wade, I'm coming for you.
Okay.
You know?
Interesting. Is that the fact that you want to maybe?
Someone said could be any Wade. He didn't say Wade Plim. True. It could be, but I'm the only Wade that's fought on Misfits.
You do for your second fight?
Could be Wade Suave.
Yeah, we could do a second, third. It don't matter,
Wait, second or third fight? Why second or third? Hold on a second. Did y'all hear that?
In a real way, Wade, I'm coming for you. You know?
Interesting. Is that the fact that you want to maybe do for your second fight?
Yeah, we could do a second, third. It don't matter,
And how long you
What
actually?
did you? Why second or third? I don't understand. If that's the fight he wants, why not? Why second or third? Why not first fight? Because he said his first fight's already finalized? No, that is not why. I'll tell you what I heard, because I won't speak on things too deeply, but yeah, there was a fight that he was in talks to potentially have. And there wasn't anything signed. And there was back and forth. And that's not just, by the way, on his end. That's on the other person's end as well. So, again, I don't want to detail all of it out there. But, yeah, it was brought to me as an idea. And I said, because I'm now with the Ring magazine, I said, let's look at dates. We didn't even get to the dates talk because things are still up in the air. But before we even got there, I got a call. And this is, honestly, this is understandable. I got a call that his coach did not feel he would be ready to fight me first. And I said, okay, you know what? That makes sense. Even though I've only had about 40 days of training, I think he's probably had more days of training now than I had going into my fight. But I have had a fight, So I'm not going to sit here and act like it's like, oh, he's scared. Because I don't think that's the case. I think if it was left up to Aaron, he probably would fight me right now. But he has a good coach as well. Twitch notifications going off late. He's holding up the division. Yeah, but you've done it under the run. Exactly, right? I've had a fight. So, in the grand scheme of things, I have had more experience. But it's a fair move. And again, he's being advised by a good team, right? Mustafa Boxing, who coaches a ton of great fighters, is coaching him. And I've actually seen Mustafa, and I might see him again soon for the Ring card in July, so we might have a conversation there. But, yeah, listen, if Aaron wants to have a fight first, I think he probably should. You and Sensei's video, I know. He probably should. Him versus Mosiah, ooh, I don't think he'll do that. I think that if he fought Mosiah, that would be even more experience than him fighting me first. Right? I don't necessarily have more experience fighting people. This guy's had more street fights than I've ever thought of. But I do have more boxing under the lights experience. And it's because, yeah, I won. And they've got film of me winning. He sees you more as a technician. Yeah, exactly. Again, the way it was put to me was that I had more experience and I was a little bit technically better than he was ready for right now. I don't believe that. I don't believe I'm some super technique-driven technician guy. But I do understand it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I said, okay, sure, no big deal. Plus, I got other stuff I'm doing too, right? Like, if they wanted to do the fight on August 2nd, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Aaron going to pull up at the Ring press conference. Come through. But yeah, like I wouldn't mind that. What is this level 1 thing I just got? I have no idea. I'm not going to act like that's not a salient point. That's a good point. You know what I'm saying? I think you're actually too technical at times. Oh, in the ring, maybe. What is happening? What are these little emojis things? If they wanted to do it in July, if they wanted to do it in August, like I wouldn't be able to do any of that, you know? So it wouldn't have made sense anyway. But we'll see what he does. I'm interested now. Now that I've officially been called out. What is happening with these milestone things? What is that? But now that I've officially been called out, I'm interested. Aaron, if you're watching this, I'll be very excited to see your next fight because you're the crash out king. And I know you're taking the sport seriously. But, you know, the sport of boxing is a little bit different from the streets. And I think you're learning that with Mustafa now. But if you, like you said, you're coming for me. I'm not a hard guy to find. I'll be right here waiting. Matter of fact, I might not just be right here waiting. If you do fight in the near future, I may just pull up. See it for myself. In person. Because I know you watched my fight, and I think they talk about it in this video. We'll get to it in a second. And you said you took some notes. So did I. I wonder who got more out of it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited for his first fight. I'm excited for the first one. I don't know what these milestones are, but I'm getting a lot of them. So thanks. Appreciate it, everybody. Let's keep watching.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Ben, but this guy looks in real shape here.
I said pull up to Orange County.
I mean,
very excited, huh? Leon and Vidal sound about right. Chat, stop it. That is, the accusations being put on my name are crazy right now.
My God, it looks like you've been boxing.
As Misfits approach you to fight again. I got a call about Aaron. Yeah, I got a call about Aaron. And I'm interested. I was interested when I got the call. But I've told you guys, and I think he's kind of telling you without telling you, that his coach is going to look out for his best interest. Whatever, I was down to run it. You wouldn't ask me to go and fight someone that was like way more experienced than I was. Not that I am, but, you know, from the outside looking in, you could see that. You could see being like, okay, well, that guy's had a fight. Even though Aaron said I'd been training for forever, I haven't. I think between us, he's probably trained longer. But, yeah. I can't take Oye serious when you try to be all threatening. Who's threatening? What? I'm not. Who's threatening anybody? There's no threats here. I'm agreeing with the plumber. He does need more experience. He's going to get it. Wade is more famous than Aaron the Plumber. I am not more famous than Aaron the Plumber. Scammers. It's all right. Let's keep watching.
For a while. How long have you been
Southern Motivation. Okay, dude.
doing this for? Have you done any previous training?
No, I just been, you know, I've been a fighter all my life. Since, you know, elementary school, got into my first fisticuff. And I loved fighting. I always loved fighting. I always been a fighter, you know, in the street since. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I linked with my coach, Mustafa. You know, he's one of the greatest trainers out here in Atlanta. And
okay, yeah, know, so he is. He's a Southern guy. He's from Atlanta.
He been teaching me a bunch, and I've been falling. There he goes, right there. I've been falling in love with boxing.
What is that zoom in?
And you know, it's changing me internally and externally.
Fact.
I feel like I saw something about you training with Shannon Briggs as well. Talk to me about that experience and maybe some of the things you learned from Shannon.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. Shout out to Shannon Briggs. So I was hanging out with Shannon Briggs in Brownsville, New York, and he was teaching me how to pop my jab. And he taught me some real good things, as well as shoo-shoo.
Oh,
shoo-shoo.
You know what shoo-shoo is?
Feels like shoo-shoo. Just a guy down the street? Who are we talking about? He is talking about Bruce Carrington. Carrington's very good.
No, show
Bruce
me.
Carrington, the pro fighter, Bruce Carrington.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I've heard the name, but I'm not entirely familiar. Shoo, break it down for me.
Yeah, look him up. He's like 15-0 or 16-0.
He's a
beast. But that's a good friend of mine, and I was in the gym with him and Coach K. Karoma for a second till I
Wade ain't scared of black people, Vidal and Leon. Can you guys stop with that? Okay? Y'all are fucking dumb. We're talking about this fight because I've been called out. All right? I've been called out. He seems serious. I think he is. I hope he is. You have to be serious to do this sport. You can't take this as a joke. Manel Cap is out of his fight. God dang it, man.
found my home over here with Mustafa
Wade
Boxing
fights a white boxer
in a real way.
What's been some of the challenges maybe that you've run into with boxing, getting the gloves on as opposed to street fighting? Because there are some
Winner
big
gets the
differences
South.
between the two.
Yeah. So at first, I walk around at like 203 on an average. So I was
Ooh, Van stepping in. Okay, I actually like that. So he walks around at 203. I walk around at about 210. 210 to Papa Wade. 210 or so, right? Something around there. So not bad.
a lot more muscular. My arms were so big, and they had me fighting with a high guard at first, and it was just too tense for me.
Mhm.
So, I've been doing a lot of cardio. I
Facts.
made my weight now. I'm ready to go. And I think that was the biggest challenge, is being so muscular. And I would say the cardio aspect, but now it's all coming together. So feeling pretty
You're
great.
too big. You were too big. That's an interesting problem to have.
No, he's right, by the way. The way that Aaron is talking about boxing and how he's taking it serious and how, he's changing to better format who he is and his style of fighting based on his body type. This is all good stuff, regardless if he fights me or not, right? Wade, can you hit a head that small? Okay. I don't know what that is. But yeah, this is all good stuff. And again, he's being taught by Mustafa Boxing. A wealth of knowledge there. We're going to look at some of the stuff he's been doing. But I think this is all good stuff, man. I think that Misfits needs a guy like this, Probably a bad idea to put him against me right away because that, kills the hype. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to give that to the commentator guy. Not a great look to lose to the commentator guy, But Aaron seems like a genuine guy, which is why I say it's hard for me to not like him. I think he's a good dude. I think he's fucking hilarious. I just think he's a scrapper. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think he's making a great choice doing the Misfits thing.
An issue we don't deal with, that's for sure.
Yeah. I want to take it. Sorry, Bia. I want to take it back to Wade really quick. What did you make of his debut against Masai Warrior? When you watched that fight, how do you break Wade down?
How do I break Wade down? I watched the fight, and I don't want to say too much, So
Why
he changed
not?
up his game plan or whatever, but I studied that film very closely, and I
Okay.
know what needs to be done.
I mean, Wade was a really
Let's go. Why not tell the people? Tell the people what you got to do. Come on. You did the breakdown, right? You did the breakdown. Just tell them. But he's right. I could just change my game plan entirely. I could just change everything about it. Well, listen, I don't know. Maybe he's more well-studied than I am, Because I've watched that thing back a couple different times, I've gone back through it in my mind. I don't know. I don't think there's much there to change. I just did so well that I probably won't change a thing. I'll probably just look exactly the same, to be honest with you. That's probably what I'll do. Matter of fact, I think I'll get worse the second time around, I think, probably. So I hope that he studies it, that he locks it into his memory bank, and that he guarantees I fight that way. It's probably what I'll do.
originally scheduled to fight HS Tiki Toki. That fight did not happen. I think your personality and HS personality really, they parallel quite well there. So I don't know whether
he's
that's
just trying to build a fight. He's not trying to be an ass. Of course, no, he's not trying to be an ass. And I don't think that he genuinely gives a shit about. I don't think he knows much about me, but I think we'd get along. You know what I'm saying? I think we'd get along. I actually want to hang out with the guy. there's real, to me, on my side, there's no animosity there, but you don't have to have a fight, you know? Like, I don't have to be best buds with him if we're signed in and locked to do a fight, but there's no, like, I respect him. I think what he's come from, and I don't know his whole story, but I'm pretty sure he was in prison at one point and has turned his life around. I think it's awesome. But, listen, a fight's a fight, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fight you possibly interested in or even spoken about potentially.
Oh, definitely. We definitely coming for HS Tiki Taki too.
Oh, we
You
call
What do you
that
make of
HS.
him?
Honest. Do you want my honest opinion?
Honest opinion.
I'd love your honest opinion.
Honestly, that dude's a can't wait to crack his jaw. I used to punish dudes in prison. You know, I can't wait to crack his jaw.
Well, let's switch gears slightly from.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, I am throwing my hat into the conversation because, listen, I've been called out. Okay. I have been called out. And I will not hesitate to say, yeah, let's figure out if we can do this. Because I think it'd be fun. I don't think him and HS is a fucking awesome fight, too. Because that has real animosity. You know what I'm saying? The way he responded to me and the way he responded to HS's name being brought up are completely different. Yeah, he got shot 6 times. I saw that somewhere. That right there would be a banger of a fight. I can't lie. That would be good. Wade, would you ever take a fight you felt was 50-50? I mean, yeah. The first fight I took, I felt I would win, but I didn't know. You don't know until you really do it. Plus, it wasn't like when I was training, I was having a ton of success. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was getting my ass whipped in sparring. I had no idea how good or bad I'd be in a fight, you know? So yeah. But yeah. So the difference that you see here is me versus Aaron, challenge, right? Stepping up to the plate. Yeah, it'll be entertaining. I'm sure we do some great back and forth, and the trash talk would be fun. But the animosity there with him and HS, I can't lie. It'd be good, man. It'd be good. Either way, I think that this is, like I said, a slam dunk move for Misfits.
From the beef with HS Tiki Taka, we spoke off camera about you potentially doing this prison fighting.
The only thing you have a problem with HS is you don't know that he's going to show up. And I'll be honest about this. I would rather fight in America. I would rather fight here in America. I don't mind going back over to the UK, but I'd rather do it here. For a lot of reasons. But I've kind of already done the UK thing where I walked into someone's backyard, fucked up my whole schedule, couldn't sleep all week because of that, and because I was, my first fight week. But just all that, it was fucking tough, Wade, I said on Twitter the ways to beat you in a fight, homie. Oh, okay, that was you. But yeah, and also I want my dad to be there. Walked in the trap, took over the trap. I want Papa Plim in the builds. You know what I mean? My mom got to go to the last one. My dad will never take a flight across the Pacific. Fight in the UK, more fans. No, I get it. I know. But just for me, it's a lot more of a hassle to have to switch, be 8 hours out of my time zone, do the whole thing. How are my nerves going into the fight? You get to a point where you just want to go. Like, nerves are there, but it's more just anticipation, or at least it was for me in that one. Like, I was just at the point where I was like, let's just go. You know what I'm saying? Let's just fight. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of talking. Let's just go. I said the Pacific. I'm an idiot. It's the Atlantic. But yeah, I would rather do it here. Do you have more UK or USA? I think my channel says I'm split, but obviously more vocal in the UK.